This is your host, Randy Notzen, with our special guest tonight, Rick Johnson. Rick, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Randy. Appreciate it.
Well, tonight we're going to talk about a topic that we, as inventors, we don't talk about too often, but it's financing and how do you go about getting business partners and people interested in you, and maybe more importantly is second-tier financing. What happens after the first few years and your business is running and your invention is starting to become productive, but you need that extra financing, and Rick's going to help us talk about that tonight. Rick, tell us a little bit about yourself, Rick, and how you got into this second-tier financing or financing aspect of working with inventors.
Yes, Randy, I'd be glad to tell you a little bit about that. I had the great fortune several years ago of being able to found a law firm here in Pittsburgh, and we practiced what we called people law, which was the type of law that the average person would likely become involved with. And of course, as part of that, many people, as they develop in life, realize they have certain skills or qualities which will enable them to go into some type of a business. So several times we would have clients who had been with us for several years come to us and ask us to help in setting up a new business. And so we did that for quite some time. From that, we ran across a number of other individuals who had similar business skills and formed a network for doing that. More recently, we've put together a formal group called KMPJ Investment Company, and here we have a group of 4 individuals where we are actively seeking and financing small businesses and businesses that reach the second stage and second tier of the financing.
Mm-hmm. Do you help any of the businesses in their initial startup as well? Is that part of your charter with the company?
Yes, we do. We've had many opportunities to help individuals or small companies with their startup operations. And of course, startup involves anything from putting together some type of description of the product or the service or whatever it happens to be. It involves doing a great deal of effort in putting together a business plan that accurately describes what the company is and what the company hopes to do. And then it also involves getting into some of the numbers and looking at the accounting so that you can also give a fairly good prediction of how the company might expect to progress over the first couple of years.
Mm-hmm. When you work with the investors and the people coming into your office, you work with some inventors who perhaps don't have a lot of the business background. What do you see in them, and what do you look for in them as individuals or in their products in order to give you some clues as to what their success rate is going to be early on?
That is a good question. I think it's almost an art to be able to read people in that way. But I think the primary thing to look for is someone who has dedication and perseverance. And so if you see someone who has been with a project for a long time, has not been willing to give up on it, but just is consistent in putting the energy forward, why that's going to be a pretty good indication that if that person then surrounds him or herself with some good business ideas and perhaps some good business people, he or she will do quite well.
Mm-hmm.